Have you ever taken a bite of a Snickers bar and wondered what exactly you're sinking your teeth into? That perfect blend of crunchy peanuts, gooey caramel, soft nougat, and smooth milk chocolate has made Snickers one of America's favorite candy bars for nearly a century. But behind that familiar wrapper lies a fascinating story of invention, mass production, and, of course, a fair share of controversy over sugar, fat, and health. Some call Snickers the ultimate sugar bomb, while others see it as the ultimate energy booster. So, is it simply candy or is it something more? Today we're going behind the scenes to uncover how billions of Snickers bars are made every year, how they compare to rivals like Reese's peanut butter cups, and why these treats remain such a cultural icon despite concerns about sugar and nutrition. When you peel open a Snickers wrapper, you're holding a piece of history. The bar was first introduced in 1930 by Frank Mars, the founder of Mars Incorporated, a man whose family already had a reputation for creating some of the world's most beloved candies. Frank wanted to design something that combined several layers of flavor and texture in one bar, something richer than plain chocolate. The idea was to pair nougat, caramel, peanuts, and milk chocolate into a single indulgent experience. As legend has it, the candy was named after the Mars family's favorite racehorse, Snickers. At first it was marketed with lines like, "When you crave peanuts and chocolate too, ask for Snickers." But the real explosion in popularity didn't come until after World War II, when Mars perfected automated production lines. That innovation allowed Snickers to be made on a massive scale, transforming it from a local treat into a worldwide phenomenon. Fast forward to today and the numbers are staggering. Mars produces over 5 billion Snickers bars every year, with around 65% of all U.S. Snickers being manufactured in the massive Waco, Texas facility. That's millions of candy bars every single day, moving down conveyor belts with machine-like precision. But how exactly is each Snickers bar made? The process begins with one of the most important ingredients: cocoa beans. Every day the factory processes up to 100 tons of high-quality cocoa beans. They are roasted at about 350 degrees Fahrenheit for half an hour, releasing oils, deepening flavor, and creating the signature richness that forms the base of Snickers chocolate. The roasted beans are then cracked open, separating the edible nibs from their shells. Those nibs are ground into cocoa liquor, a thick, intense paste that contains both cocoa solids and cocoa butter. Blended with sugar and milk powder, it becomes the smooth, creamy milk chocolate that Americans instantly recognize when they bite into a Snickers. But chocolate alone isn't what makes Snickers special. A big part of its signature crunch comes from peanuts, and Mars uses a staggering amount of them. Around 2,000 pounds of raw Virginia peanuts are roasted daily inside giant industrial roasters. Heated at 350 degrees Fahrenheit, the peanuts develop that irresistible nutty aroma and flavor we associate with Snickers. Once roasted, they're cooled, inspected, and prepared for layering into the bar. Critics sometimes point to the use of additives like BHT, a preservative that extends shelf life, raising questions about health impacts if consumed in excess. But Mars insists the quantities used are well within FDA guidelines, and without preservatives, mass production and global distribution of Snickers would be nearly impossible. Alongside the chocolate and peanuts, the caramel is another star player in this candy bar. Caramel is cooked in huge vacuum kettles that hold hundreds of pounds of ingredients per batch. Corn syrup, sugar, butter, condensed milk, and a pinch of salt are heated to about 250 degrees Fahrenheit until the mixture thickens into that perfectly chewy golden caramel that sticks to your teeth in the best way possible. Then there's the nougat, the fluffy, sweet base layer that holds the whole bar together. Made by whipping together corn syrup, sugar, water, and egg whites at high heat, nougat has an airy, marshmallow-like texture. Mars enhances its flavor by adding peanut butter, giving Snickers its distinct nuttiness. Once cooled to just the right firmness, the nougat becomes the foundation for building the bar. The assembly line is a marvel of modern food engineering. First, the nougat is rolled into wide sheets. Next comes a thick, even layer of warm caramel, followed by a generous sprinkling of roasted peanuts. These layers are pressed together and sent through cooling tunnels set at around 65 degrees Fahrenheit, which help firm up the filling. Once the interior has set, the bars move into an enrobing machine, where they are completely coated in a waterfall of silky milk chocolate. Finally, the bars pass through another cooling tunnel, dropping to around 24 degrees Fahrenheit to lock in the chocolate's smooth texture and ensure it won't melt during packaging. Watching thousands of bars glide along conveyor belts, each perfectly identical to the next, is oddly mesmerizing. The packaging stage is just as impressive, with high-speed machines capable of sealing up to 1,000 bars per minute in those iconic brown wrappers. From start to finish, The entire journey of a Snickers bar takes only a few hours, yet the result is a product that has delighted millions for decades. Of course, there's the elephant in the room: nutrition. A standard Snickers bar contains 27 grams of sugar, nearly as much as a can of Coca-Cola, and 4.5 grams of saturated fat, which is almost a quarter of the FDA's recommended daily intake. Critics argue that eating Snickers is like consuming a candy-coated sugar bomb that can encourage addictive eating habits. Supporters counter that Snickers provides a quick source of energy, making it popular among athletes, hikers, and anyone in need of a fast pick-me-up. The truth probably lies somewhere in the middle. While Snickers isn't a health food, moderation allows people to enjoy the indulgence without it becoming a dietary disaster. After all, billions of bars are consumed worldwide every year, generating over $45 billion in revenue for Mars. Clearly, people aren't giving up their favorite candy anytime soon. Snickers isn't alone in the spotlight. Its biggest competitor in the U.S. candy aisle is Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, which consistently ranks as the top-selling chocolate candy in the country. First created in 1928 by H.B. Reese, a former Hershey employee, Reese's combined America's two favorite flavors, peanut butter and chocolate, into a simple but irresistible candy. At first, Reese sold his cups in bulk boxes, but once the product shifted into convenient individual packaging, sales exploded. Hershey eventually acquired Reese's in 1963, cementing it as one of the company's crown jewels. Today, Reese's produces more than 5 billion cups annually, rivaling Snickers in popularity not just in the US but around the world. Clever marketing slogans like, "You got peanut butter in my chocolate," turned Reese's into a cultural phenomenon, much like Snickers. And while Snickers delivers layers of nougat, caramel, peanuts, and chocolate, Reese's keeps it simple: smooth chocolate surrounding a salty sweet peanut butter center. That simplicity has helped it maintain its throne in America's candy kingdom. So why do candies like Snickers and Reese's hold such a powerful grip on American culture? Part of it is nostalgia. Millions of Americans grew up unwrapping these treats in lunchboxes at Halloween or during a trip to the movies. Part of it is marketing. Both Mars and Hershey have spent billions on advertising campaigns that tie their products to fun, energy, and indulgence. And part of it is sheer taste science. These candies hit what food scientists call the bliss point, a perfect balance of sugar, salt, and fat that lights up the brain's reward centers. It's the same principle that makes potato chips addictive or soda refreshing. Snickers, with its multiple textures and flavors, is designed to be especially satisfying, while Reese's focuses on the salty-sweet contrast that Americans can't get enough of. Imagine walking into a store and standing in front of the candy aisle. Brightly wrapped chocolates line the shelves, each one promising a sweet escape. For many Americans, there are three names that instantly spark cravings: Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, Snickers, and Mars bars. These iconic treats are more than just snacks. They're part of childhood memories, late-night cravings, road trips, movie nights, and even holiday traditions. But have you ever wondered how these famous chocolate bars actually come to life? Behind every bite of creamy peanut butter wrapped in chocolate, every chewy nougat layered with caramel, and every crunchy peanut nestled inside a bar, there's a fascinating story of precision, scale, and delicious science happening inside massive candy factories. Today we're going inside those factories to uncover exactly how your favorite candy bars are made, from roasting peanuts to wrapping millions of bars a day. The story begins with Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, the legendary Hershey product that combines two of America's most beloved flavors, chocolate and peanut butter. Each day, truckloads carrying more than 20,000 pounds of fresh peanuts arrive at the Hershey factory. These peanuts aren't just tossed into a blender. Instead, they're carefully roasted in giant rotating roasters operating at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Each batch roasts for around half an hour, with the machines constantly rotating so the peanuts don't scorch and the oils inside release evenly. The warm, nutty aroma fills the factory floor, and by the end of roasting, the peanuts take on a rich golden color that signals they're ready for grinding. The roasted peanuts move directly into massive grinding machines, where sharp industrial blades crush them down into a smooth, creamy butter. But Reese's peanut butter isn't just peanuts. Large mixers then combine the fresh butter with sugar and just the right amount of salt. Giant stirring paddles churn this mixture until it reaches the signature texture and taste that peanut butter lovers crave. That creamy, slightly salty peanut butter is the soul of a Reese's cup. On the other side of the factory, chocolate is being prepared. Huge vats mix cocoa, sugar, and milk together until the blend becomes thick, glossy chocolate. Once mixed, the chocolate goes through a tempering process, where it's carefully heated and cooled using a machine with alternating hot and cold water tanks. Tempering is crucial. It makes sure the chocolate stays smooth, shiny, and free from clumps. Without it, the final candy would look dull and break apart instead of snapping perfectly. With both peanut butter and chocolate ready, it's time to assemble the cups. On a long conveyor belt, circular paper molds line up neatly. Robotic pumps fill each mold with a perfectly measured layer of peanut butter, ensuring every single cup is identical. Seconds later, chocolate flows from overhead nozzles, cascading smoothly over the peanut butter until it's completely covered. What happens next might just be the most important part of the process. Cooling? The filled molds travel through a 10-meter cooling tunnel set at just 41 degrees Fahrenheit. Inside, the chocolate hardens slowly and evenly, locking the peanut butter in place. The result is that signature Reese's snap when you bite into one. From there, packaging begins. An advanced wrapping machine equipped with robotic arms picks up the solid cups with suction grips and places them into their orange and yellow wrappers. The machine is lightning fast, capable of packaging up to 1,000 Reese's cups every minute. Those freshly wrapped treats then head into large containers, get sealed, and ride the conveyor belt straight toward the shipping area. Within days, they're on trucks crisscrossing America, bound for supermarkets, corner stores, and vending machines everywhere. But Reese's isn't alone in the Candy Hall of Fame. Right next to it, Snickers holds its ground as one of the most popular candy bars in the world. Famous for its slogan about satisfying hunger, Snickers packs together chocolate, caramel, nougat, and crunchy peanuts into one powerhouse bar. Yet, for people who aren't peanut fans, there's another option, the Mars bar. Unlike Snickers, Mars bars skip the peanuts and focus on soft, fluffy nougat layered with silky caramel and thick chocolate. Both come from the same Mars family, but each offers a distinct experience. The Mars bar story stretches back to 1932 in the United Kingdom, just 2 years after Snickers hit the U.S. market. Forrest Mars, the son of Mars Incorporated founder Frank Mars, created the bar to appeal to those who wanted a softer, sweeter candy without the crunch of peanuts. Though it may look similar to Snickers, the production process of a Mars bar is a world of its own. Every day, the factory consumes about 50 tons of high-quality cocoa beans sourced from West Africa and Central America. These beans are processed into chocolate that's slightly sweeter than Snickers, with a higher sugar and milk content. This gives Mars bars their trademark smoothness and glossy finish. Once the chocolate base is ready, it goes through conching, a process that can last anywhere from 12 to 48 hours. Large conching machines mix and aerate the chocolate at high speeds, smoothing out any grainy texture and developing its deep, rich flavor. Next comes tempering, where chocolate is carefully cooled and heated between 82 and 90 degrees Fahrenheit, locking in that perfect shine and melt-in-your-mouth quality. Now, the magic of the Mars bar really comes alive in its filling. The nougat is made by whipping sugar, corn syrup, water, and egg whites into a fluffy cloud that's about 20% sweeter than other candy nougats. Cooked in huge vats that hold up to 1,000 pounds per batch, the mixture is cooled quickly to achieve the perfect spongy texture. Caramel, meanwhile, is cooked separately by heating corn syrup, butter, and sugar to about 248 degrees Fahrenheit, giving it that chewy stretch. Once ready, machines layer the nougat and caramel together on wide conveyor belts. The layers cool rapidly under industrial fans, bonding the two into a single block of filling. That block is then cut into perfectly sized portions, ready for the chocolate bath. The bars glide under a waterfall of warm chocolate in a process called enrobing, coating every surface in a thick layer. Each bar is given around 50 grams of chocolate, heavier than most other candy bars, giving Mars bars their dense and indulgent bite. After coating, the bars travel through a 15-meter cooling tunnel that lowers their temperature from 86 to just 39 degrees Fahrenheit in a matter of minutes. This cooling ensures the chocolate hardens smoothly without cracking. Packaging comes next. Automated wrapping systems grab each bar, slide it into its iconic black wrapper and seal it tight. The speed of these machines is jaw-dropping, with thousands of bars wrapped per hour and sent off to hungry fans around the world. From its soft nougat to its thick chocolate shell, every Mars bar is carefully engineered to balance sweetness and texture. So now we have 3 legendary names in front of us: Snickers, Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, and Mars bars. Each one delivers a different kind of happiness. Snickers gives you that crunch and chew with peanuts and caramel. Reese's delivers the unbeatable duo of chocolate and peanut butter, smooth yet salty and sweet. Mars bars offer a softer, more delicate sweetness, with nougat and caramel melting together under a rich chocolate shell. Whether you're a fan of the crunch, the creaminess, or the fluffiness, there's something here for everyone. And while these candy bars may seem like simple snacks, The truth is they're the result of massive global supply chains, state-of-the-art machinery, and decades of perfecting recipes to deliver consistency in every bite. The factories run almost non-stop, producing millions of bars each day to meet America's insatiable demand for chocolate. Every Reese's cup you unwrap, every Mars bar you share, and every Snickers you reach for on a road trip is backed by a blend of science, tradition, and a whole lot of sugar. So next time you tear open a wrapper, think about the journey inside. From peanuts roasted at 350 degrees to chocolate tempered to a glossy shine, from caramel cooked at exactly 248 degrees to nougat whipped into fluffy perfection, these treats represent the art of candy making at its finest. They're not just snacks, they're edible masterpieces crafted to deliver joy in every single bite. And here's the real question. When you walk into the candy aisle, which one do you reach for first? Are you Team Reese's, Team Snickers, or Team Mars bar?